Hello again, my friend. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get the most from this course by showing you how to get help, where to ask questions, and how to share your progress. And the first thing I want to show you is where to find resource links, because you'll hear us from time to time say something like, we've given you a link against this lecture. What does that mean? Well, if you have a look within Udemy, you see up in the top left, although to be honest, Udemy changes this around, so sometimes it might be top right, but look for it, it says resources available, and you can click on the little hamburgery thing there, and that will expand out all of the videos and the links that we've given you for each of the videos. So you can see in blue, these are links you can click on and say, for our Install Visual Studio Code lecture, I've given you a link for where you can download Visual Studio Code. You click on that and that takes you to the place. That's pretty straightforward. What we do as well is we will link you to places where if you have any questions, you can go to that specific point and ask your questions. Or if we've given you a request to share your challenge, answer, or share your ideas, or show you your work, then there'll also be links against a particular lecture. So you see one of my previous videos here, it says this lecture's discussions. If I click on that, it'll take me to the Game Dev TV community site where it takes me to the particular post that's relevant for this video. It'll pre-populate it with some tags, and I've written a note in here, hey, do you have any questions about what we're building in this course in terms of the game design? You can click reply and say, I would like to know such and such, if you've got a question. Or if it's been a video about code, you might say, my code is not working, here is the code. Now, if you do have a problem with your game, with your project, try to take some screenshots of what's going on, screenshots of your inspector or of your hierarchy, and also paste in your code so we can see exactly what's going on. So then you just click on reply, and that would reply to this post with your particular question or idea, or I'm just going to get rid of this one so it's not sitting there cluttering things up. So that is where you answer that. You can also go just anywhere within the community site. If I click on the community button up on the top here, it'll take me to the main page for our community site. You can see we've got Unity discussions, Blender, Unreal, and a whole bunch of our other courses in here that you can talk about. We're interested in Unity. You might want to go have a look at what people are showcasing by clicking on show. You might want to look at the questions or ask a general question that might not be related to a specific lecture. That's fine. Or just talk about something. Hey, I've got this idea for a thing, or what do you think about the latest changes to what Unity is rolling out at the moment? So if you click on, say, the talk button here, that'll take you into all of the recent topics to do with what people are talking about. If you want to create a new discussion topic, just up to the top right, click on new topic, write in what the title is, and you're off and racing in terms of posting to our forum, which is great. Now, when you first land on this site, it might ask you for a social login or some way just to retain your presence on this particular site. It's totally up to you. You don't have to be part of this community. It's here to help you and to make your journey a lot better, your learning journey a lot smoother. So it's up to you whether you want to interact or not. It is completely optional. Just want to be clear on that. And then back to the Udemy lecture here, the other thing I wanted to point out that for nearly every lecture, particularly I'm going to scroll later on into the future a little bit. You haven't got to this section yet, but for any lecture where we change our code, we will give you a link to our GitHub repo. It might say something like GitHub repo for this lecture, or lecture project changes, or just GitHub. If you click on that, it will take you to our repository. That's what repo stands for, or is short for, sorry, and it will take you to the state in our project at that particular point in time, and you can have a look at our project. You can click into it, maybe look at the assets if you want to check out some scripts because you're particularly interested in, okay, what was the thing that we've implemented? My script doesn't match your script, or what's going on. Then you can navigate around our project and have a look at exactly the state of our project at this point. So that should be against pretty much every lecture. You'll see that, something to do with the GitHub or this lecture's changes. Now, I've jumped into the community site, but I want to show you the places that you can ask or show your work. We've talked about the Game Dev TV community forum. There's also the Q&A section on this platform being Udemy. So within the Udemy mechanism here, I'll just close up my resources. Down the bottom, and again, this has changed recently. It used to be in the right, I think, but you'll see somewhere Browse Q&A. If you click on that, it will show you all of the questions that people have asked for this particular lecture. And that's great because someone might have already asked and answered the question that you've got. This is a great place if you've got a quick question, or if you've got something to do with the video that didn't work or didn't make sense, that you want to be very clear that it's to do with this exact video. This is a great place to ask it. And so the way to ask a question is just click on the Ask a New Question button. If it is a question, we request that you put in square brackets question. Actually, if you capitalize it, it's even niftier. Question, how to improve my games such and such. Such and such is a fancy way of saying, you know, insert a thing here. That's a placeholder terminology. And then you would write in your question, put in screenshots if you've got any, again, paste in code, etc. And just briefly, while we're on the Udemy player, if you go down the bottom left, or it might change, but at the moment it's bottom left, you see the playback rate. We find a lot of people listen to our videos at a faster speed, 1.25, for example. If you want to get through it more quickly, if you're more comfortable with the topic, or if your English is not your first language, perhaps slowing it down to 0.75, that could be useful as well. Okay, so we've talked about Q&A section on Udemy. We also have a Game Dev TV Facebook group. If you're more comfortable with Facebook, this is a great place just to hang out and have a chat. I've given you a link to this as well against this lecture. In here, you can see what people are talking about. Someone celebrating the fact that they finished one of our courses. That's cool. Sharing their game, sharing screenshots of their game, getting feedback, saying, hey, what do you think about this? What's going on? Just a whole bunch of stuff that people are sharing on there. And then the fourth thing I wanted to show you in here is Discord. You might be comfortable with Discord. It's a chat server, and I've given you a link that will take you to an invitation. Click on Accept Invite. Look for either the C# conversation or the Unity conversation. You see, click on Unity. This is people chatting in real time, so that is a really great spot to hang out. Okay, and the other thing you might have noticed so far is that we, from time to time, put up the challenge slide. It's got the green border and the little pause the video symbols down the bottom. The challenge I've got for you in this video is to name the donkeys. This has been a favorite challenge from the RPG course for a little while now, is to find the link against this lecture to our Name the Donkeys community post and add your answer for what you think the donkeys should be called. And just a hint, Sam and Rick has already been mentioned, so you can come up with something even cleverer than that. So that's a challenge. When you have done that, jump back here. I'll quickly show you myself going through the challenge, and then it'll be time for the next video. Okay, so I haven't posted my video yet, but I would click up in the top left, I'd find the video, click on the link that says Find the Donkeys, or Name the Donkeys, sorry. That will take me to this page. From this page, you can see that here are a couple of donkeys that originally Ben posted this. I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom because lots of our cool community has already had a bit of a stab at naming these donkeys. I'm going to click on Reply, and here I'm going to say, I think they should be called Not Rick and Not Sam. Look at how creative that is. Not very. Then click on Reply, and bada bing, bada boom, there is my response on the community forum. So there we have it, the 4 main ways that you can get support while going through this course. Please do ask questions. Please do share your progress. That's how you get the most out of this course. We'd love to see you succeed. We'd love to see you make some great games in the future that we can play. So great work, and I will see you in an upcoming video.